In Louisiana, there are two types of grounds for divorce: fault-based and no-fault. Fault-based grounds include adultery, felony conviction, and imprisonment, abandonment for 1 year or more, physical or sexual abuse, and living separate and apart for the required period of time. No-fault grounds for divorce in Louisiana are living separate and apart for a specific period of time, depending on whether the spouses have minor children together, with the intention of ending the marriage. In a no-fault divorce, you do not need to prove that your spouse did anything wrong in order for you and your spouse to get a divorce. In Louisiana, there are two primary types of no-fault divorce: the 102 and 103 divorce. To obtain a no-fault divorce in Louisiana, spouses must live separate and apart, with the intention of ending their marriage for a period of either 180 days or 365 days, depending on the circumstances of the marriage. If the spouses have minor children together, they must live separately for 365 days before they can obtain a divorce. If they do not have minor children together, they must live separately for 180 days before they can obtain a divorce. An Article 102 divorce is a type of divorce in Louisiana that can be filed before the spouses have lived separate and apart for the required length of time. This means that a spouse can file for an Article 102 divorce if the spouses are still living under the same roof or have not yet lived apart for the required time. An Article 103 divorce is a type of divorce in Louisiana that is filed after the spouses have lived separate and apart for at least the required period of time. This means that a spouse can file for an Article 103 divorce if the spouses are separated from living under the same roof and have lived apart for the required time. Once you've decided which type of divorce to file, the next step is to file and serve the petition. This means submitting a petition for divorce under Article 102 or Article 103 in the parish where one of the spouses resides. The document signifies the intention to divorce, offering details about the marriage. You can use the self-represented litigant form for divorce for spouses on the Louisiana court website. After the petition is filed, it must officially get served to the other spouse, typically through a sheriff's deputy, a private process server, or sometimes via certified mail. The served spouse then has a specific time to respond. If all requirements are met and there are no other complications, you can request the court to issue a judgment of divorce. This document legally ends your marriage. It's important to note that filing a 102 or 103 divorce is for ending the marriage only. If you have issues such as property division, spousal support, child custody, or child support, those matters may need to be addressed separately, either through a separate court order or an agreement between the parties.